Hi, my group and I are excited to share paracrine signaling pathway with you. Before we dive in, I would like to introduce my member who is Celine, Chloe, and Trishan. Now, what is paracrine signaling pathway? Paracrine signaling pathway is a pathway that regulates target cell far away where signal binds to the receptor and stimulate adjacent cell. It uses diffusion to send signal to the nearby cell. Moving on, there's two important things that are involved in this pathway, which is serotonin and G-coupled protein receptor. Serotonin is also known as 5-hydroxytryptamine or 5-HT. It was produced in the central nervous systems and helps to regulate sleep, emotional, body temperature, and appetite. It can be found in the cell lining of gastrointestinal tract and brain. Moreover, paracrine messenger utilized by the enterochromaffin cell. And G-coupled protein receptor is a large family of receptors that mediate many biological processes. The serotonins will bind to the several subtypes of this receptor. There are multiple serotonin G-coupled protein receptors, with the most prominent ones being part of 5-HT receptor family. The subtypes including 5-HT1, which is an inhibitor, 5-HT2, which is an excitatory, then 5-HT4, 5-HT6, and 5-HT7 is primarily excitatory.
Hi, I'm Celine. I'm going to talk about the function of serotonin. So the function of serotonin will depend on the site of the reaction itself. For example, in the gut, it will help to regulate motility, secretion, as well as sensation. In the brain, it helps to modulate mood, cognition, appetite, as well as sleep. In the cardiovascular system, it helps to control blood pressure as well as blood clotting. In the immune system, it helps to modulate inflammatory and immune responses. In the endocrine system, it helps to influence hormone secretion. And lastly, in the respiratory system, it affects the airway tone as well as the reactivity. Now I'm going to talk about the process. So first, it's going to be a synthesis process. In order to form the serotonin, are also known as 5-hydroxytryptamine. So first, the L-tryptophan will undergo oxidation in order to form the 5-hydroxy-L-tryptophan, which then it will undergo decarboxylation and forming the 5-hydroxytryptamine, are also known as serotonin. Now, we all know that there are 7 families of serotonin receptors. The 6 families of receptors for serotonin are the G protein coupled receptors, and the other one family is ligand-gated ion channel. So first, as you can see, from the axon, there will be the L-tryptophan, which will be carried by the tryptophan transporter, and it will undergo the oxidation to form the 5-hydroxy-L-tryptophan, and by using the help of the aromatic amino acid decarboxylase, it will then form the 5-HT, or also known as the serotonin. Now, the serotonin, with the help of VMAT, it will enter the vesicle, and the vesicular exocytosis through a calcium dependent will take place. The calcium channel will open due to the depolarization, and then the serotonin will be released into the junction. Serotonin will then bind to the receptors, which causes the effect through signal transduction. Serotonin will then be terminated, recycled, and taken up through the extraneuronal transport mechanism.
Next, I'll be talking about the malfunctions of serotonin paracrine signaling. First, it will lead to psychiatric disorders. It will lead to depression and anxiety. Abnormal serotonin signaling is linked to mood disorders. Malfunctions can lead to decreased serotonin availability or receptor sensitivity, contributing to depression and anxiety. Next, it will also lead to schizophrenia. Dysregulation of serotonin receptors can affect dopamine pathways, potentially contributing to the symptoms of schizophrenia. Next, it will also lead to neurological disorders. First is Alzheimer's disease. Altered serotonin signaling can affect cognitive functions, leading to memory deficits and changes in behavior. It will also lead to Parkinson's disease. Serotonin receptor plays a role in motor control, and dysfunction can contribute to motor symptoms and non-motor symptoms like depression. Next, gastrointestinal disorder. It will lead to irritable bowel syndrome. Serotonin is crucial for regulating gut motility and function. Malfunctions can result in irritable bowel syndrome symptoms like abdominal pain and altered bowel habits. Next is gastroparesis. Impaired serotonin signaling can affect gastric emptying, leading to symptoms such as nausea and bloating. Fourth one, endocrine disruption. It will affect the hormonal regulation. Serotonin influences various endocrine functions, including those regulating appetite and metabolism. Malfunctions can lead to obesity or metabolic disorders. And lastly, cardiovascular effects. It will affect the blood pressure regulation. Serotonin can affect vascular tone and blood pressure. This regulated signaling may contribute to hypertension or other vascular issues.
So now, we're going to take a look at the solutions regarding the malfunction of serotonin paracrine signaling. The first solution is pharmacological interventions. The two main pharmacological interventions are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which are commonly used to treat depression and anxiety. This intervention also increases serotonin level in the synaptic cleft by inhibiting its reuptake. The other intervention is serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. These can help with depression and anxiety and may have benefits for chronic pain syndromes. The other solution is psychotherapy and behavioral interventions. Cognitive behavioral therapy is one example of psychotherapy intervention. It is effective for treating depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. Cognitive behavioral therapy can also help individuals develop coping strategies and address negative thought patterns. The other solution is lifestyle modification. Examples of lifestyle modifications are dietary changes, regular exercise, and maintaining good sleep hygiene. These all help improve serotonin levels and overall health. In conclusion, the paracrine signaling pathway is important to the human body as it carries out an important role, and any malfunction should be addressed immediately. That is the end of our presentation. So, these are the references we used in order to make our presentation today. That will be all. Thank you.